say why you want to join army. I mean, I appreciate that. I'm not discounting that. But you have to be clear that what exactly you want to serve for. Otherwise, it will consider that you are a time server. You are giving a fake answer. I like disciplined life of army. It's the biggest goddamn lie. Second is, if I want to serve my motherland, you got to be sure. So that time, saying that I want to serve my motherland used to be considered bad. My father died, I did not get leave. Can you tell me, just in one line, each one of you, say why you want to join army? You want to serve the nation through armed forces. There must be some logic. I mean, I appreciate that. I'm not discounting that. But you have to be clear that what exactly you want to serve for. You have to be sure. Otherwise, it will consider that you are a time server. You are giving a fake answer. You got to be sure why you want to say, when you say that you want to serve the nation. There are few things, let me just put it in the beginning itself in perspective. Never use words which mean very little. I like disciplined life of army. It's the biggest goddamn lie. Why? Who likes to be disciplined? Do you want to get up early in the morning? कोई डंडा लगा के उठाए तो उठने में मन करता है, सोने का मन करता है ना. If somebody tells you don't wear this shirt, कल से तुम साड़ी पहनेगी, तुम कहोगे what the hell, who the hell you are, isn't it? Yes. So that is the discipline which nobody likes to have discipline. So that is one fake word. Don't use that. Second is, if I want to serve my motherland, you got to be sure. Why you want to serve your motherland? Through armed forces. I remember, say, 50 years plus, half century earlier when I joined armed forces. I'm older than that even. How many years? 55 years to be precise. So that time, saying that I want to serve my motherland used to be considered bad, because it was a legacy of British Army, which was almost a mercenary army. So there, people used to say appreciate if you say that I want to serve army because it pays good, it is good, a good life, I get a chance to see the world, that kind of a thing. But ask her, she is from AI background, does it pay well, army? No. Does it give you good life? No. You live in Kashmir, you live in Ladakh, you live in all kind of difficult areas. Everything what you are looking for good in life, you are denied. So much so when I was getting married, I did not get leave for 3 times. So that is how it is, army is. My father died, I did not get leave. So you don't get leave when you want leave. So therefore, someone says that it's a easy life. No, it is not easy life. If someone says you are paid well, there are better jobs. Say someone who is in IT sector or something, they probably will be earning much more than what army forces. But yet, you want to join. A lot of young people like you want to join army because there is some fire in your belly. There is certain honor and prestige attached with this uniform. There's some kind of a, it gives you kick. You all have seen this movie of Salman Khan, Kick? Yes. So in that he says, kick is something that when you do something very, very adventurous or something, you get that adrenaline flows through your body. So for that you want to join. If you want to join for anything of that kind, it's okay. But don't use fake words. That's what my suggestion. What is adventurous life, by the way? So that means what you had been routine, you had been doing beyond that. Yeah. So you are experiencing and getting exposed to areas unknown to you. We all live a very, very protected life in our young age. पेरेंट्स कहते हैं इससे नहीं मिलो, उससे नहीं मिलो, घर पे रहो, टाइम से आ जाओ, देर से आ गए तो चलो फ़ोन करना. मम्मी भी जब वो लेके जा रही हैं आपको बस पे छोड़ने के लिए, तो भैया को बोल रही हैं जो ड्राइवर को, सड़क के बाईं तरफ उतारना, सड़क नहीं पार करना. इसकी जेब में मैंने एक चिट रख दी है जिस पे घर का मोबाइल नंबर है, तो फ़ोन करवा देना, कोई तबीयत अगर ख़राब हो जाए तो. Isn't it? So that's a very, very protected life. But suddenly that child gets exposed walking in the night time. You have to go to some place where you don't know what is there in it for you. That is adventure. So exploring beyond your known capability in the unknown, chartering a course of action which is in unknown terrain. That is what adventurous life is. What you are saying has got a lot of meaning. I am not disputing that army is meant to say help you to lead an adventurous life. And what does finally adventurous life does? It enhances your confidence in your own capability. Like there's a course called in armed forces called commando course. In that one test is walking for 40 kilometers with 17.5 kg load on your shoulder in the darkness of the night. And it's a speed against time. But having done that, if you do that, you become confident that you can take on any task, isn't it? So therefore, leading an adventurous life is important. There is no doubt. So therefore, there is no doubt that adventurous life is good. But you got to be sure of what you are talking. Here only I will clarify those 2 points. You know, clarity of mind is the most important thing for a service personnel. Clarity of mind is the most important person. Instead of आज का ये मेरे जो वर्कशॉप है ना, इसको नोट वोट मत करना. It is something you must learn to live. My lecture is, these 2 days workshop is meant to say kind of transform you into thinking differently. There's nothing, what I am saying, you will not get in any book or something. No. So therefore, even trying to say there are some principles कि ऐसे लिख देंगे तो वैसे लिख देंगे, कुछ नहीं. And the bottom line is, armed forces is meant to train leaders, junior leaders. It is not meant to train babujis and munshis. कि भैया नोट कर लिया, सीओ साहब का हुक्म है, सुबह 7 बजे उठना है, पानी बरस रहा है या अंधेरा है या कुछ भी है, जाना ही जाना है. No, nothing of that kind. You are tiger. And I'll just quote one instance. In Burma, there is a place called Gurkha Hill. So during Second World War, that was occupied by Japanese, and it had to be occupied. There many attempts were made, and they could not capture it. Finally, one Gurkha company was given this task. And this task was given to a Gurkha company, which was led by one Major Scott. And by the way, whatever I am telling you, there is a book called Distant Drum by Manohar Malgaonkar. In that, this instance is quoted. So this chap just says, come on, Jawans, tigers don't live forever. He did not know Hindi much. थोड़ी टूटी फूटी हिंदुस्तानी वो लोग जानते थे, but he says, come on, Jawans, tigers don't live forever. So जो टाइगर होता है ना, वो तो अकेले ही चलता है. जंगल का राजा ऐसे ही तो नहीं है वो. So tigers, but they don't live forever. In the fight or some such thing, they die also. So, and that motivated his command and Gurkha Hill was captured, and that's why it is called Gurkha Hills. I'll share a very interesting incident. You are an engineer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Keep this spirit, because in this case, I will introduce two words, very interesting words. One is discipline, other is loyalty. What is discipline, by the way? I'll just tell you an anecdote. Interesting anecdote. There was once a discussion among the various limbs of the body, that which is the greatest limb of all. So I said, I am the greatest because unless you see, you can't. So the brain said, how can you say? I will give you signals where to go. If it is night time, darkness, and you can't see with naked eye, you use your hand. Like said, how can you say that? Unless I decide to go there, you can't reach there. So I am greater. So all these limbs were having very animated discussions. Suddenly from behind a voice came that I am the greatest. He said, just shut up. You are the dirtiest part of the body. When you speak, you smell foul. So that is why you are kept hidden all the time. So you can't be the greatest. He said, okay, I am not the greatest. So that limb stopped functioning. Obviously, the body had what is called constipation. So one day, second day, the stomach started bloating. Third day, the hunger went away. Fourth day, the body, despite effort, could not get up. Then they said, no, you are the greatest. But the message is given here is a different thing. The entire body is any task which it performs. It is the coordinated response of all the limbs. Now, just one more instance I'll just say, and then I'll come back to this. In 1917, Russia had a white revolution. And Alexander Kerensky became Prime Minister. So there it was, traveling on the right side of the road. So one traffic police stopped, but one man kept going. So that chap said, stop, you can't go. Don't you know that the traffic is for this side, not for this side? So he says, Russia is free, I am free, I will go wherever I want to go. So very well, you have got a point. But the man coming from other side is also Russian. He is also free. He can go wherever he want to. And if you meet an accident, either you will die or he will die. Those days there were no automotive vehicles, but there were wagons, horse-driven carriages. So you will get crushed. So again, what it says, that kind of a discipline, that doing in a manner things where how it is supposed to be done. Okay. So discipline is responding to instructions. Responding to instructions without questioning them. You are doing in a manner where it is supposed to be done. You are following a certain instruction. Okay? So that is discipline. Before I go to other qualities related, another related word is loyalty. What is loyalty? In armed forces terms. In armed forces terms, loyalty is your superior's or leader's responsibility to train the person so that in any conflict situation, the subordinate does not lose life or limb. Right? That is loyalty. Loyalty is not कि अरे ठीक है यार, he is bad mouthing me, I am his boss, so he is disloyal to me. No, not necessary. So he may be having difference of opinion or some such thing. But loyalty actually is this, that from, so therefore discipline is from down to up and loyalty is from up to down. Do you know, everyone talks of Vikram Batra, but Vikram Batra, I'll just give you again a historical example. Third Battle of Panipat, anyone has read this Third Battle of Panipat? Marathas versus Abdali. Okay. So in that time the Peshwa was Peshwa Madhavrao. His son was Vishwas Rao. Peshwa's brother Sadashiv Rao Bhau was the general of Maratha army. Now what happened? In those days, how do you decide that which team is winning or not losing? I would not say winning, not losing, if your flag is up. So Vishwas Rao in an engagement got killed. Now Sadashiv Rao Bhau just charged with whatever troops he had. In the bargain, he also died, so that flag, which was going with him, that also went down. So Marathas lost. And there was a massacre and battle was lost, Third Battle of Panipat. So therefore, it brings out the leadership. Now we talk of Vikram Batra, but Vikram Batra couldn't have reached on top all by himself. There were people with him. There was a support group, there was an assault group, there were people who were climbing, there were people who were supplying things, people who are bringing ammunition from behind so that they are not falling short of ammunition. There's some kind of expedients if some small track is to be made for ammunition to come up, and the whole thing was. So therefore, armed forces is a function of the coordinated response. What did I say? Coordinated response. So when you talk of coordinated response, that means every element has to perform his job or her job. And that is where the word you use, dedication. I will not go into, there are too many words, say commitment, dedication, all those things. But here, individual. That my unit, like Manoj Pandey said, that even if death comes in my way, I will kill death till I attain my objective. That is what the kind of statement he is believed to have said. So therefore, important part is coordinated response. So team work is important. Again, a very important quality in armed forces is propensity and capability to work in a team. On an average, Indians are very good in individual tasks. वो ये अभी बताएगी कि अपना अकेले बैठ करके कागज़ ले करके उस पर अपना वो चार्ट बनाएगी. आजकल शायद वो भी नहीं करेगी, वो आईपैड पे ही अपना कर लेगी काम. लिखने पढ़ने का काम तो बंद हो गया है आजकल. But thing is, she'll do on her own, isn't it? So therefore, if somebody, all those computer science blokes will say that software they can design on their own, but it's a teamwork which matters. And in any kind of a conflict situation, it is a teamwork which matters. If you go into a slight bit of history, there is a concept called Star War. How did, during Ronald Reagan, when he was President of the United States of America, he raised the cost of war so much that Soviet Union collapsed. And that is where he used this Star War. And again, it was a coordinated response across Europe, across North America and all those things. So that is how it is. So the second thing, important thing which say kind of underlined in this case is teamwork. You should be able to work in a team. Third thing which is important is, in this case is that you are doing by your own determination that success has to come to me. Now this brings two new words I will introduce. One is attitude, others is aptitude. Now what is aptitude and what is attitude? Anyone? To start with, attitude indeed is a mental capability. Attitude is indeed a mental capability, and it is in armed forces that attitude has to be that if there is a problem, there has to be a solution. If there is a problem, there has to be a solution, and as a armed forces personnel, you have to find that solution. Sometimes within the given resources, sometimes by innovating, and sometimes by deceiving the armed forces opponent. That is, so attitude is a mental capability to be able to find a solution. And aptitude is what? Capacity and capability to learn new things. अभी आपसे कितनों को, आप में कितने लोगों ने रस्सी चढ़ी है? कैसे चढ़ते हो? हाथ के बदौलत चढ़ते हो? पैर कैसे लगाते हो? कहाँ सीखा ये? At GTO ground. So okay, somebody has taught you. You know, if one does not know, initially when you came, you must have been climbing with your hands.
Yes, sir.
You can't. So therefore, all those who have learnt how to use a third class rope, we call it third class rope, third class technique, second class is different and first class is even different. So therefore, this is your aptitude that you have learnt quickly, because your hand-body coordination is good, you are physically fit, you are mentally agile, and you learnt it. And that propensity to learn new things. So now therefore these few more qualities emerge. One is intellectual capability. That is what differentiates a Jawan from a officer. Jawan is only an executive. उसको जो हुक्म दे दिया वो करेगा. Because he is bound by what? Discipline, loyalty, correlation. Isn't it? And this is something where you can think original. So therefore, you got to have intellectual capability. Second thing, you should have physical fitness. अगर मेरा पेट बहुत बड़ा हुआ तो मैं कैसे चढ़ पाऊंगा? मेरे पैर ही नहीं मुड़ेंगे. Isn't it? So, physical fitness. Third is hand, body, limb coordination. This comes only by doing exercises. Isn't it? If somebody is, I mean, how many of you can touch your toes? Probably all in this class, isn't it? But you go outside, how many can do it? Maybe 1%, 2%? Because they are not fit. So therefore, learning third class rope, they will find it difficult. Similarly, you must have been taught how to do beam, pull-ups, बताया था? Do you do it with your arms? No, with your stomach muscles. Because unless you pull it like this, don't take load on your shoulders. If your load is on shoulders, then you may not be able to do it, because it's a very weak joint. But the moment it goes to wings and your stomach is supporting, you can do pull-ups. So that is what the anticipation to learn things.
Dear aspirants, क्या आप भी NDA 2025 एग्जामिनेशन को क्रैक करना चाहते हैं अपने पहले प्रयास में? तो आज ही इनरोल करें सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी के रिटन प्लस SSB कोर्स में, जो आपको देने वाला है रेगुलर क्लासेस, डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस, फ्री स्टडी मटेरियल्स, ट्रेन्ड फैकल्टीज, एक्सपर्ट्स ऑफ द SSB पैनल, फ्री SSB कोचिंग, इंडियाज लार्जेस्ट GTO ग्राउंड के साथ में डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशंस, वीकली मॉक टेस्ट, रिगरस प्रैक्टिस, ये एक ऐसा संस्थान है जहां हम आपको A to Z प्रिपरेशन कराते हैं और आपको नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी की कड़ी तैयारी कराते हैं। प्राउडली ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1, 2, 3, 4 जैसे रैंक्स देने वाली सेंचुरियन डिफेंस एकेडमी आपको वेलकम करती है टू जॉइन आवर अपकमिंग कोर्सेज फॉर योर एनडीए एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन। Please call on 97959 77776 for more information. Thank you, Namaskar and Jai Hind.